I'm going to try and make this a quick video, and the video is going to begin with 1, 2, and 4. I take these two, I put it here or here. I take these two, I put it here or here. Two different sets, 2 and 8 cycle of the moon, creating 26. This one creating 64. 26 minus 64 is 38. 38, 48, 58, 64. 64, Mars and Saturn. 28, Venus and Neptune. What's automatic is the 1 will now fit in the center. 1, 2, 4, 9 lives of the cat. When 1 fits in the center and the rest of this board is created, okay, we end up with the 9 card. Now we end up with the center being over here, and the center being over here is the 8 card, and the life is in between the 2 in the section of where the 6 belongs, right? These two corners of 4 will now come the corners of 6. If I create a full extension, I create what is the center bar is the I. The separation between the two becomes Saturn, Mars, and that becomes the H, unless we start to look at things a different way. And we put this cube in the center of this cube. See the way it becomes the X? This is the plus sign. The diamond is the plus sign. See the plus? Greatest distance is to the corners. And in this one, the greatest distance, right, squared up, is to the sides. We have 2 above and 2 below. 2 above and 2 below. And we have 2 on each side. Here is the real 2. I put 1 here, 1 set of 2s, 2 sets of 2s. Then the other set of 2s is right here. The missing parts. There's a total of 9. What's missing over here? We have 10, and what's missing is 35. Why? 2 and 3 equals to 5, and 4 equals to 9, and 5 equals to 14, and 6 equals to 20, and 7 equals to 27, and 8 equals to 35. If you're talking about the 3 over here, there's a total of 30 missing. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 7, 8 is 15. 4, 6 is 25. 4, 6 is 25. And 2, 3 become 30. So in the 3 we have 30. In the 2 we have 35. 35 and 30. Electric company and creation. Here's your 2. The difference is this one. What's the separation of 2 is 1. What's the separation of 4 is 1, and 2 and 2. 2, 1, 2. 21, 12. Maybe that's why they brought it up. There's a different way to look at it this way. If you want to assimilate and understand how many areas are missing, and when you create these areas, you notice the way it occupies 4 areas. Here it occupies 4 whole areas. Here it occupies 4 half areas. Each one of these, okay, is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Although there's 9 areas here on this, there's only 4 areas here. Should we make the 4 areas here, we will use up 4, 8, 12, 16, because it'll be half areas. I'm just trying to show you. If we take this into the account, you see where we have 9, and we have 9, and we have 9, and we have 9, the breakdown of this totality of really of 3 by 3 areas, when we break it down to areas of 2 by 2 and areas of 3 by 3, we still get the same design. Eventually we can create a 2-way Star of David in this. This is a gear that goes around. There's a Superman sign in it. There's the Magen David in this. The 4 will show you when you make opposite 4s. It shows you I have to go down like the kitchen sink pipe. This over here, okay, what I did is I actually did a 9 and a 6 reverse. I didn't do the double part of it here where it shows you 6, 8, and 9, where 6 above 9 creates the 8. I actually just put one area in the center. Okay, so here's my 6, and using the same area over here, I have the bottom over here of the 9, the 6 upside down here, 6 upside down here. So I have it here. When I use the center over here, I can actually create that 5 and 6, or go through the center using this design over here. 5, 2, 5, 2, 5, 2, and also can be noted as the bricklayer's design. And the bricklayer's design, I'm just going to see if I can find where I put the piece of paper on the bricklayer's design. I do not have it. I thought I had it over here somewhere. Now the bricklayer's design is actually designed like this. I'm going to just show you. We're going to go 2 by 2 by 2, and then we're going to go in between 2 by 2 by 2, and then we're going to go above 2 by 2 by 2. And what we actually have in here, okay, in the bricklayer's design, or I like to call it the little dog, right? See the little dog over here? What happens is you have the I, right, and split apart over here. But above and below, it'll show you the H. It'll show you the H here and the I here, telling you about the bricks. At the same time, when the bricks come together, you are actually showing the design of 5 and 2 coming together, and that's where this shows up. Okay, here's the 5, right, and I overlap it with the 2. Or I can overlap 5, or I use this area here. Now I'm probably not coming right now. What I want to also tell you at the end of this video is I just started to watch PEnn Teller, and PEnn Teller was talking about 4, 2, 1. In the first thing of their magic, it's 4, 2, 1 at the 7-minute mark. I'm going to put it up there. The other thing I wanted to mention was dark, 4, 1. Inside the sun, the birth, right? The short count is 4, 1, 9, 2. The long count is 34 DC. In the birth of your DNA spirit, you are in the dark. In the bright brings you out 2, 9, 9, 7, 8, 2. The moon brings you into the light through your birth. And your moon, your birth, comes inside Jupiter. The speed of light will bring you down to 397 to 8. Light. Okay, bright and light. The difference between bright and light is here is it's 2 and 9, here it's 3 and 9. So you have the 1, 10 more, which is added, 2 worlds. 10 and 10 and 10. When you have sound, you now have 1, 6, 3, 5, 4. When you have 1 and 6, S is your 1. It's also reduction of 2 areas, because the S, okay, is a 19th area. 1 plus 9 equals 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1. It's reduced twice. The O is reduced once. The total of reduced letters is 45, telling it's a passage, the foxhole inside the sun. 19 is the spirit of birth inside the sun. It's an automatically 20. When you have 1, you will have 2. When you have 2, you will have 1. 1 in between 2. Or 1 in between 4. Always creating 5, the E world. And the 1 is also inside the cards noted as the birth. Why? Because it's in the 9 card. It creates the center of the 9 card. Better to hear, better to see, better to hear you with. 8, 5, 1, 9. Inside the matrix, inside Mars, is the spirit of birth. That's what this is telling me. Okay? Also, smell has to do with the church. It also has to do with the moon. Another thing I wanted to mention, okay, is, this is the last piece I'm going to mention, okay, is I had this idea where the ocean is split like this. There's a canal in the middle of the ocean, split like this on these 2 angles, but we don't see it because there's mountains under the ocean, and the ocean is flat over these mountains, in which is what's offsetting, I think, our astrological polars of some sort. I'd have to see it a little bit more. I have to be more creative. I need more of a moving things in front of me, like on a board. Let me do 3D connections into space, and I somehow believe that our constellations are connected through the moon and somehow directly underneath those powerful oceans that are creating all the energy, right? The oceans, they move, they move, they move, they move. We're touching the skies now with CERN. We're putting all this stuff into the sky. We move the sky. The oceans are powerful. 3/4 of this planet is water, earth, and it's moving the oceans. And the oceans, when it moves, okay, the sky is here, the ocean is here, and all this area, energy in between is getting pushed around. This is not an empty space. When I just do this, you don't feel the, just do this, you'll feel the wind. Don't you feel that wind that's going on? Well, that energy is being moved tons by the ocean. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching this video.